Hi everyone and welcome to another book video. In this video I'm going to be showing you all the books that I got for Christmas. I was lucky and I got quite a few books for Christmas, so I'm really happy about that because I do get through a lot. And then I also went book shopping after Christmas and just bought a few that I didn't get or a few that I just wanted to get. So I'm going to start with the ones that I got given for Christmas. So I got given Imagine Me by Tahereh and Mafi and Believe Me, and this is the final book, which is the 6th book in the Shusterman series. So now that I have them all, and then this one is the final book, which is the last novella. So now I've got all the novellas and all the books, and at the moment I'm currently reading the 4th book. So yeah, now I've got them all, so I can finish the series within the next couple of months. I also got quite a lot of Colleen Hoover books, which Colleen Hoover is one of my favourite authors. I am collecting her books, so I'm hoping to have all of them at some point. I think I've only got about 4 or 5 left to get now, so that's really good. Maybe Now, which is the sequel to Maybe Someday, and I have read Maybe Someday. I got it on my Kindle, which I've read and my mum has read, and we both really enjoyed it, which I think is an unpopular opinion because not many people seem to like this series, but I actually really enjoyed it. So I'll be excited to read the sequel. I also got Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, which I have also read on my Kindle, but it was years ago that I read it and I can't really remember it. So now I have the physical copy and I'm going to read this. I'm glad I got this cover though, because I don't like the covers which are like black. There's some covers that she has which are plain black and they just say Hopeless on it with a little picture, and I don't really like those covers. I think they're quite boring. So I'm glad I got this cover. And then I've also got the sequel, Losing Hope, which I have not read. I'm not entirely sure what the sequel is about, but I will find out when I read them. I prefer to kind of go into things like this blind, so I don't kind of know the plot already, because then it's just a nice surprise. And then I also got Finding Cinderella, which I think is a novella which goes with these two. So I'll read these first and then this one. I don't know if this follows maybe some characters that are in the Hopeless series. I think that might be the case, but I'll find out when I read it. And this is just a little one, so just a nice little one to add to my collection. And recently I read All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover and I gave that 5 stars. And I think this is a novella you're meant to read after that, which is Finding Perfect. And again, this is just a really tiny little one, but again, just a nice one to have and read, and I'm really excited. And eventually I will have read all her books. And there's been none of her books that I haven't enjoyed, which is really good. So yeah, she's definitely one of my favourite authors. Oh, Loki's come to say hello. Hey, say hello. Oh, they're quite hyper at the moment. Oh. Oh. He's been quite needy this morning and he just wants lots of attention, so because I work from home during the week, I'm giving him lots of attention. I also got Every Summer After by Carley, which I think is a childhood friends to lovers or second chance romance. That's as far as I know. And I know apparently it's really similar to Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, which I also would like to read, but I got this one. So yeah, I'm gonna save this one for Christmas. I'm going to save this one for summer to read, so I'm going to save it for when it's nice and warm, just so that, yeah, I just like reading summery books in summer, it just makes more sense to me. I also got The Prison Healer by Lynette, Noni, I don't know how you pronounce that. This is the first one in the Prison Healer series, which I think is a trilogy as far as I'm aware. And I've heard really, really good things about this series, so I'm excited to, oh God, he's like full on at the camera, okay. I did not realise that Loki had turned the video recording off, so I actually filmed the rest of this video and realised it hadn't actually been filming, so that's really annoying. But anyway, the next books that I got for Christmas is the Scythe Trilogy by Neal Shusterman, and I absolutely am so excited to read this. I remember watching what India read on YouTube. She did some reading vlogs of these and she absolutely loved these, and they just sounded really, really interesting and really different, like nothing I've ever read before. It's kind of a dystopian kind of sci-fi-ish, I don't really know, kind of books. So I'm gonna get to these soon, I think. So basically all I know about them is that there's now in the world, there's no way to die of natural causes. So you can't die of illness or old age or anything like that. So there's this people called the Scythe, or a group called the Scythe or something, and people get randomly selected basically in the world, and the Scythe have to go and kill them just to keep the population under control. So sounds very interesting. Sounds kind of deadly, but yeah. So it's Scythe, Thunderhead, and The Toll, and I'm definitely going to get to these really soon because I'm excited to read those. So that's all the books that I got for Christmas, and then after that I did go on a little shopping trip because there was a few books that I didn't get, or ones that I just wanted to get, and who doesn't want to go shopping for books anyway. So I went to WHSmith's and I bought Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover, which goes with Maybe Now, and WHSmith's was the only place I could find this cover because I've only ever seen the older cover, and I wanted the one that matched the newer covers, because I think they look a lot nicer. I don't like the older cover. So I did read this back ages ago, about 4 or 5 years ago on my Kindle, but I'm going to reread it and then read Maybe Now. And then I went into the works and I bought some books in there, bought 3 books in there. If you're in the UK, definitely go to the works to get some books because they're really good prices and they have some really, really good popular books in there. So I'm always in there buying books, and it's deadly because every time I go in there I end up buying something, and yeah, not good for my bank account, but yeah. I picked up Twisted Lies by Huang, which is the 4th book in the Twisted series, and I've got Twisted Games and Twisted Hate, and I looked for Twisted Love in there, but they didn't have it, so I just picked up this one anyway. And annoyingly enough, it's like this. I didn't realise because it was busy in the shop and I just wanted to get out there, so I kind of just picked it up. But yeah, it's like not stitched together properly or something, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, annoying. And then I picked up It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I was going to wait until they brought up a paperback version of this, but they don't seem to be anytime soon, so I just ended up caving and picking up the hardback cover, which is fine, doesn't matter, it just doesn't match my paperback. I recently reread It Ends With Us, the first one, and the first time I read it, it made me cry my eyes out. This time it didn't because I knew it was going to happen, but I fully enjoyed it. And then I read this, I've just finished this, and I gave this 5 stars as well. I'm really attached to Lily and Atlas, and I think, yeah, that's just why I like the book so much. I just like reading about them. I think it was really cute. I definitely recommend. And then I bought one more book from the works, which wasn't one I was planning to get, but I did want it anyway at some point. And that is 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. I don't normally buy hardbacks. I normally just buy paperbacks, but they had this for a good price in the works, so I picked it up. And I'm really excited to get to this. I really enjoyed her Good Girls Guide to Murder series. So when I knew she was coming out with this, I knew that I had to read it. Red Kenny is on a road trip for spring break with 5 friends. Red's best friend, her older brother, his perfect girlfriend, a secret crush, and a classmate. When their RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere, they soon realise that this is no accident. They've been trapped by someone out there in the dark, someone who clearly wants one of them dead. With 8 hours until dawn, the 6 friends must escape or work out which one of them is the target. Buried secrets will be forced to light, and the tensions inside the RV will reach deadly levels. Not all of them will survive the night. Dun dun dun. So yeah, I'm excited to read that. I love a good thriller. And then after that, I did order 2 books off Amazon, and then that's the end of this book haul. So I ordered Twisted Love just to complete the series. So I've got all of them, so I can now start them. This is the first one, which is the shortest book in the series, and apparently this is the least popular as well. So anyway, you have to get through this one, I guess, to get to the next ones. But yeah, so now I've got the whole series, so that's good. This is kind of a different book for me, but I wanted to give it a go because it sounded really good, and I love anything space related. So this is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and he's the one that wrote The Martian as well, and I've seen that film. I've not read the book, but I've seen the film, and that was really good. So a lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined. So I think, yeah, there's a guy, it's based about a guy who's the only survivor of a mission, and he doesn't know that. He just knows he's been asleep, and he's woken up to find that he's in space. So it's basically him figuring out what's going on, and apparently this is really, really good. I've heard really good things about it, and apparently he's quite a humorous author as well, so apparently there's a little bit of like humour dotted in there as well, so hopefully this will be good. And apparently they are making it into a movie as well, so I'll be excited to get to that. I like it when books are made into films, because it just comes to life if it's done well. If it's not done well, then you can just forget about it, but you know. So that is all the books that I got. Please let me know if you have read any of these books and which ones of these were your favourites. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next one. Bye!